am Morgan.
And I'm Jake, and this is
Neverland Navigation Radio,
where we get wild again
Yes.
in our favorite ways.
I was like, you've got to say get wild.
Yeah, that's what they always say, isn't it?
At Animal Kingdom?
Yeah, have a wild day. Have a wild time.
Yes.
You know?
It makes sense.
Jumbo.
That's the same.
All the greatest hits.
Yeah.
All the greatest hits. And that's what we're doing, our own greatest hits.
Yeah.
Basically, it's Morgan and Jake's, now that's what I call a day at Animal Kingdom, because that's kind of what we're doing. We're like picking our
You mean like the
CDs
that were out in the 90s that were like, now that's what I call music?
Right. And for those of you who were born after us, a CD is
You're
like
going to explain a CD.
Well, no, they know what CDs are.
Yeah.
In fact, they buy signed ones and things all the time. So CDs have kind of come back.
You mean Gen Z, like the young Gen Z?
Yes,
really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now it's wall decor.
Some of them have CD collections in the way that we had vinyl collections.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? Or like we kept our cassette collection or whatever. Yeah, but anyway, this episode, believe it or not, is not about CDs. It's actually about Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
Yeah. We're gonna delve into Disney's 4th theme park, and we're gonna take turns talking about our ideal itinerary for our day in this park. If it was just us doing whatever we wanted, we had free reign of Animal Kingdom, what would that look like? The opposite of that trend where people are just letting Disney Genie plan their day, and they just have to do whatever it tells them to do.
Oh my gosh.
So they wake up and they get on Dumbo, and then they get on It's a Small World, and then they get on, just Enchanted Tales with Belle. They just do whatever the app tells them to do. It's quite fun.
It doesn't sound
it's fun to laugh at.
Okay, but not to experience. No, we're not doing that.
No. Instead, we're doing, if we were not Disney Genie, but our own.
Right.
Ideal.
If I'm making my plans and I'm spending a whole day
I'm a
Animal
Disney
Kingdom.
Genie.
Yeah, I am a Disney Genie.
You ain't never had a friend like me. It is what it is.
So I think the first question is kind of a big thing, though, before we even get into this, because we're going to do this with all 4 parks. And a question is, a lot of people don't consider this a full day park.
Oh, the drama, the conflict, the tension is rising.
What do you think?
I think I could get a full day out of Animal Kingdom easy. And if not, you're a quitter. Stop leaving theme parks at 3 p.m. It's weird. No, I'm just kidding.
If you only have time, I can see making Animal Kingdom a half day. But if you can commit a full day to it, Animal Kingdom, I think, has some of the, well, they all do, but it has some amazing details.
Yes. Yeah. I think, listen, expectations are everything. If if your plans match up to your expectations, match up to your execution of your theme park day, then guess what? You're going to have a great time.
Yeah.
Because if you're only going for a half day and you're only hitting the highlights kind of thing, then there's a way to maximize your day doing that.
Right.
Or if you're someone who is willing to spend a day, or you have time to spend a day, because, in an ideal situation, I would say you should take a whole day. If you've got the resources.
If you can,
to, enjoy everything Animal Kingdom has to offer. And if you appreciate it the right way, then you'll find that you've got more than a day's worth of exploring to do.
Right.
Yes. All right, Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
So the sun has risen. The sun has risen.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah. On my side of town, absolutely. The sun has risen. You've driven your short little drive over to Walt Disney World. You got a park reservation in Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
You're taking the tram.
Oh,
it's an ideal day,
well,
so the tram is ready.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Okay.
I want to see if you'll let me cheat a little.
Oh, I suppose it'll be a case by case basis.
All right, hear me out. Can I start my day at BOMA, which is at Animal Kingdom Lodge?
I sure hope so, because I am also starting my day.
Because you were like, BOMA. Oh, you're on the tram, and I was like, oh no.
No,
he's gonna say,
I need to turn around.
Yeah, turn around.
Stop this tram.
Start at Animal Kingdom Lodge. Even if you didn't stay there.
Oh my gosh.
That breakfast was So good.
So I'm saying hello to the flamingos on my way in.
Yeah.
Because you have
You
to.
have to.
Just say hi to the wildlife. Why not? It's there for you.
Right.
For those of you who don't know, Animal Kingdom Lodge is a Disney World resort located basically right across the street from
Yeah.
Animal Kingdom. And it's got some wildlife that roam in on-site savanna that the buildings of the resort are situated around.
Yes.
Yes. In that resort, there's a restaurant. And it is
Yes.
the first thing on your list, Morgan. Tell people about Boma.
Oh, Boma is so good. So first of all, Animal Kingdom Lodge, like you just said, has the animals, but also I would like to mention it is like themed and decorated just like Animal Kingdom. You know what I mean?
With the
It's
same
got
leather
that
loaf.
like oh no.
Oh no, Animal Kingdom is calling. It says, "Don't you love Animal Kingdom Lodge? We're just alike."
You're so funny. Anyway, so Animal Kingdom Lodge is gorgeous. Obviously, it's the closest resort to Animal Kingdom theme park, and Boma is the buffet restaurant that is inside Animal Kingdom
Right.
Lodge. So there are two main restaurants. No, well,
Three, no?
three. Yeah.
Isn't Sanaa in there?
Yes, it's that one is in a different building.
Right. This is an expansive resort. Two
Yes.
different sides.
So the main building has two restaurants, and one of them is a buffet. It's not a character buffet, but it is partially African and, African style food. The breakfast has a lot of like traditional breakfasty stuff that you would,
Yes.
and then it also has a lot of super fun African, Indian style dishes. So I loved the like variety.
Yes, this also something that I appreciate so much about Boma, in addition to a really appealing village-like theming
Uh-huh.
that I really appreciate. The blend of familiar favorites and new, delightful, more adventurous experiences. There's something for everyone, but there's also enough for you to accomplish this really interesting meal that you select and curate yourself.
Yes.
And that is a really fun, really delightful experience.
It's such a good point because like when I go with my entire family, like my parents, my siblings, my everybody,
Yes.
it's hard for restaurants because my parents enjoy more traditional favorites,
Yes.
where my siblings and I are more like foodie, adventurous, want to try new things.
Right.
So this would be like perfect.
Their Liberty Tree Tavern, your Skipper's Canteen.
Yeah, exactly, right. Exactly. So that makes it hard. That
it's a range.
That exact, do we do this one or that one, was a problem for me, and when I was planning the trip that they all came on, because I don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I knew
tough.
which one my parents would like better. I knew which one my siblings would like better, and they weren't close at all.
Right.
I mean, they were close in location, but
so don't you wish Magic Kingdom had a situation like Boma, where there was a little bit of something for everyone? I don't know that they really accomplished that anywhere in that park, but we're so lucky that Animal Kingdom, just across the street, you have this really, really well curated buffet situation with high quality, food. So you're getting a lot of bang for your buck out of this experience as well.
When we went, they were great about like restocking. Everything seemed hot and fresh. Our server was amazing.
High quality.
If you've never had pog juice, it's something that you should get at every Disney breakfast that it's offered at, which is almost all of them.
Oh, sweet citrusy goodness.
Yeah. Should we try? What is it? It's
don't ask me. I don't know.
Passion fruit, orange, and guava, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Good job. Wow, you really tapped into the mainframe.
I went on a cruise a couple weeks ago, and I kept hoping they would have it, and they don't. And I'm like, why?
Because
everybody loves pog juice.
Remember when Dole Whip was just Disney World?
Yes.
And then it became like...
You mean Magic Kingdom? Magic Kingdom.
Specific to Magic Kingdom. And then it kind of got diffused out to
the
parks, Disney Springs, and now you can get it on the side of the road.
Isn't that weird? Something must have happened with the trademark.
I'm so afraid that's going to happen to Pog Juice.
Oh, you are?
I just want it to be special.
Oh, well, it
You know?
is. It is.
It is. Like, you can
It's a
get,
Disney breakfast thing that I haven't had anywhere else.
yeah, Topolino's. Like, all the good restaurants have it. All the,
Yes.
you know, a lot of the really good restaurants have it. And it's just something that, like Dole Whip, it like brings me to a certain, snaps me into a
Yes.
certain memory, and I really like that about it. So it's like your favorite band. You don't want them to get huge.
Okay, you've got a point.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, you're right.
it just makes it a little.
You
more
don't want to
special
have it
for me.
at Denny's.
No, I don't. And especially because at Denny's it's gonna be half water. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay.
It ruins the image. You
Yeah.
know?
So anyway, I appreciate you letting me cheat, if you consider that cheating.
I mean, I'm
start
cheating
at
too.
BOMA.
There are rules, so it's fine. I also want to say a lot of people are fans of the Zebra Dome things, and you can get them as part of like a cocktail or something at BOMA. That's very popular. That a lot of people like to do.
I don't think they had them for breakfast though. Do you think?
Oh, I don't know.
They're also available at the Mara, which is the quick serve restaurant that's at Animal Kingdom Lodge, and you can just go buy one from a refrigerated case. I think you could do that anytime that the Mara is open. So yes, that's like a kind of a boozy dessert.
Yes,
it's got a cult following.
But if you need they also have like cold brew type. Oh, you know what? I do think it is for breakfast as like a brunch type of offering.
Yeah, you're probably
because
right.
I think it's a coffee type of cocktail, like a cold
cocktail. The Zebra Dome you're talking about is like a cake, though, huh?
Yes, the cake is on top of the cocktail.
Oh wow!
In this situation.
Oh wow!
So it's like a cold brew with some type of, I don't know, Kahlua or something probably.
Yeah.
And then Zebra Dome on top. Very popular. The Zebra Domes themselves are very popular.
Yes.
So if you're looking to cross that off of your list, you know what I mean?
If you like a boozy dessert, this is supposedly the best one in Disney.
Yeah, so that's not really part of our perfect day. We're just trying to get coffee to get awake. We're just trying to drink
coffee
some
and
coffee
pog juice
to survive. Yeah, one hand coffee, one hand pog juice. Just trying to get through the morning. That's Morgan and I. We're not morning people.
We're not morning people.
No, Saganya, I'm not going to get out of bed. You know what I mean? Right. That's us.
I was thinking about that when you said we're going to plan our ideal day or whatever. I was like,
well, it's not even
okay,
10:30.
So I'm sleeping until after 9. Is that okay?
Oh, that's nice.
Or is this going to be like a rope drop situation?
Absolutely not.
No, you don't need to for Animal Kingdom. If I were going to rope drop, then I would beeline towards Flight of Passage.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not, you could buy a lightning lane.
In my I was gonna say this is my ideal day, right? I'm not.
You get in for free. You get the lightning lane.
I'm
for
getting
free.
my lightning lane. Well, someone's just giving me $15 or something, and I'm getting my fiance is paying for my lightning lane. Thank you, sweetie. And I'm getting my lightning lane later in the day because I want to do Pandora at night, and they're just gonna let me do it because it's my perfect day.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am actually beelining instead of for Kilimanjaro. Instead of Flight of Passage, if I'm rope dropping, it's for Kilimanjaro.
Oh, interesting.
Because I'm getting a lightning lane for Flight of Passage.
Do you happen to have any idea if there's a better part of the day to enjoy Kilimanjaro safaris since it's different every time?
It depends on what you're looking for. It is busiest at opening and midday.
But is that because there's more animals, or it's just like
I think that's just more of a crowd flow situation. But when it comes to when the animals are most active, I will say I've noticed that the more I ride it toward the end of the day, the less animals I see.
Oh, really? I was going to say, I think I heard that dusk is an active time.
Oh, really?
Maybe I'm wrong, though.
Maybe I haven't done it right.
Wrong.
I also don't do it as often as I used to.
It's also a total gamble.
Yeah. It is kind of a random situation to see what animals that you encounter. You don't really know who you're going to get to see on the safari, no matter what the time of day is. But I do think there are probably times that are more active than others. I guess we'll get back to you. We'll have to do some research. I'll have to ride the safari a couple more times. But I'm doing it early in the morning on my perfect day.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Interesting. Yeah. But I mean, if it's our ideal day, then we're not rope dropping, the two of us. But I mean, if that's your thing, then those are some suggestions.
Yeah, it is probably what I would do first anyway to knock it out, the safari. I feel like it's a good way to start your Animal Kingdom day because you're experiencing what the park was originally centered around. You know what I mean? Originally, when Animal Kingdom opened, the safari, which takes up over half the footprint of Animal Kingdom, the safari was kind of Animal Kingdom's signature attraction. So I would want that to be my first experience in Animal Kingdom to set my mood for my day right, as opposed to like it's tough to be a bug
Oh,
or whatever
I'm
people are
sorry.
doing first.
Please tell me it's tough to be a bug doesn't fit into your ideal day
Of
at all.
course not. It's tough
Okay.
to be a bug doesn't fit into my least ideal day. I'm not getting on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I've done it one time.
I can tell you what I wouldn't do. It's that.
Right. That's what Disney Genie would tell me to do over and over again. Yeah, I've done it one time since I've returned to Walt Disney World in 2017, and I'm never gonna do it again.
Yeah.
It was in such a bad state.
I did it one time, never doing it again also.
Yeah, I feel like I still have trauma from it when I was a child. I hated it.
I'm just still...
Like, this ride punched me. Why do people like
I'm
this?
just still shocked that it's a thing. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know. I can't believe...
I don't get the appeal for multiple reasons.
They need to take that out.
Yeah, well, anyway.
It's fine. It doesn't fit into my ideal day. No.
Yeah.
I only rode it one time, which is still one more time than I rode Splash Mountain, so I guess that counts for something. But
Splash Mountain?
Yeah, I haven't done it since I came back.
You haven't done Splash Mountain, but
Since
you've
I was
done
a
it in
child.
your... so you've done it.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So I had like a little break in my life from Walt Disney World until 2017. From 2017 until currently, I never did Splash Mountain, not even one time. And now I won't because it's gone. So
Well,
they've started tearing up the rocks on it. I saw.
oh, really?
Yeah. So they're already making some major headway on Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which they released some backstory for recently, and it sounds cool.
Of course it does. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, I hope the product is as interesting as the cell is.
I almost wish they wouldn't do that. You know what I mean?
Oh,
because
first of all, it's a spoiler a little bit.
A little bit, but also you get it. It's like we're always talking about your expectations have a lot to do with how well you like something.
Yeah.
And if
So
they're
true.
like, if they build it up, and then budget cut, the expectation might not fit what it is.
Totally.
Where if we were just looking for a kind of themed, renovated Splash Mountain, but then got something extraordinary with the backstory at the time, I think that would be great because it would be like, oh my gosh, this was so much better than I thought it was going to be.
Right.
But instead, I think they're being like, this is going to be the best thing you've ever done. Here's the backstory. It's amazing.
It's easy to
We're
be
going to have this thing on top of that. What was it? A tree.
A boat. Yeah. A boat in a tree.
Yeah, it was supposed to be on top. And now it's
Mama
not.
Odie's boat. And now it's not. Now it's a water tower.
Now it's a water tower.
Now the story is a little different, I think.
Yeah. So I you know what I mean?
I do, because like that's exactly what happened.
They're good
with the refresh of Epcot.
Yeah.
Because like Epcot was supposed to be this big, huge, revitalized thing.
Exactly.
And like we have gotten so many budget cuts. The Play Pavilion, the Mary Poppins Pavilion, or the Mary Poppins attraction and land, kind of mini land that they were going to do in the UK pavilion.
The redo of Spaceship Earth, so much. So if they just wouldn't if they wouldn't tell these big, beautiful stories before I would wait until the last minute to do that because you don't want to disappoint people.
Right.
Yeah, I don't even want to hear it.
That's kind of a new phenomenon, and it was never like that. It was always...
Do you think that's more because of social media and the internet?
It must be, I suppose, but like... I just remember when things like Test Track were getting ready to open and stuff from when we were, young, going to Disney World.
Yeah.
It was all concept. All you ever saw was concept. You saw test dummies, you saw cars, and you got the general idea for what the vibe of the attraction would be, but there was no indication of what the actual beats of the attraction were going to be.
I feel like I don't, maybe it's just me. You tell me how you felt. Okay. But like with Guardians, the Cosmic Rewind ride, I didn't hear so much about it that I had expectations other than it was going to be a Guardians themed roller coaster that might go backwards. Yeah. That's all I heard about it.
I knew a little bit about the ride car. That's something that they had done a lot of press about, was like the rotating coaster.
No, you're right. You're right. I knew that.
So like I did know that going in, but as far as like the actual plot line of the adventure, as far as the actual story or layout,
I didn't know anything about how mind-blowing that pre-show was going to be,
we certainly
and I'm
didn't
glad.
Get a model. We've got a whole model.
Yes.
Of Tiana's Bayou.
So
It
that's
doesn't
what I'm
show the
saying.
inside, which is what everyone's most excited
Yeah,
for
that's
anyway.
true.
Yeah, I still remain high hopes, but like you said, I'm trying to keep my expectations managed because I want to love this, but I also want it to be good.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, it's hard.
All right, enough
Um,
time on the safari.
yeah,
Enough
I was gonna
time.
say the safari. It's probably a smart way to start, like you said, because the other rides that I think are like must dos in the park in Animal Kingdom
Mhm.
are really more thrill. Like, and you might not
Yes.
want to be. I mean, you do get jostled a bit on Kilimanjaro safaris, but you might not. I don't know. Do people like doing roller coasters right after
I
breakfast?
don't. I like
I
to
like it.
ease in,
Me
you know, and I
too.
think this, even though it is a little bumpy, I think it is still a nice like ease in. You're never zooming on this. You're never going really fast. There's no hairpin turns.
Right.
It's not a thrill
It's just
ride.
bumpy. Yeah.
It's just a little bumpy. You can handle it. You know, it'll be okay.
Yeah.
But it's worth it because it sets the mood right and it's a good pace for a first attraction.
Yeah.
What are you doing next? What's next on your beautiful
Oh.
day?
So I put Flight of Passage as
Oh,
my first thing, but that was kind of just for me to say if I were going to rope drop, that's what I
right.
would do. Um, I know what you said about being in Pandora at night is also important to me, but Animal Kingdom doesn't, I know it's the biggest, but it doesn't feel so big that you couldn't get back there. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's the biggest, but you're not walking all over because a lot of
Yes.
the footprint of Animal Kingdom is the safari where you're driving around
Yes.
if you even go on that. And then like Rafiki's Planet Watch is a big part of it. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
anyway, so that's what I put for my beginning.
That sounds like a nice way to start your Animal Kingdom.
I to stress though, if this is my ideal Animal Kingdom day, everything's going to be pretty slow paced. The
Yeah.
details in Animal Kingdom are really
You
amazing.
want to absorb a lot.
You want to like take your time, absorb, look around,
That's
like
actually my next activity is
yeah,
just getting coffee
yeah,
and just enjoying the details. So
yes,
this is what I would be doing as things kind of start to speed up on the major attractions as you get closer to midday. So this is when you're going to have really long lines, even on things like Expedition Everest, but also on the Pandora rides for sure. So I'm avoiding all of that right now. I'm
hmm
taking my time to like enjoy wandering through maybe some of the animal exhibits. One of my favorites in Animal Kingdom is the tigers because they have an absolutely massive chunk of land dedicated to the tigers that are themed as ancient Asian ruins that are really
yeah,
beautiful. It's gorgeous back there.
yeah,
And in the morning, or as you get to midday, there's just some nice mist rolling through to maybe alleviate as the heat starts to set in, and it's all shaded, and it's a great way to slow down, take yourself out of the crowd, and enjoy one of Animal Kingdom's signature offerings, which is these really well designed, beautiful animal exhibits.
yeah, yeah.
I'm not doing a full day's worth of them, but this one in the shade, out of the way, in the mist, is
The
the
tiger
ideal
one,
one.
the
Yes, for
tiger
me.
one is my favorite one too.
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's the flags overhead of the bridge that you go over, the astounding views of the tigers in this like expansive habitat. Like
right.
it's really beautiful. But there's something about it that I really enjoy back there. So I would definitely put that on my ideal Animal Kingdom day.
Yeah. Okay. For me, are we midday now? Is that what we're talking?
About,
I mean,
yeah.
since we start late, for me, midday is about the shows because it's hot.
Yes, that's next for me.
Yeah, so there are two shows that we really love, and
Yes.
I would definitely be putting those in the middle of the day, probably with lunch in between the two.
That is ideal for me. And if you do it right, you can actually end up, and I don't, before there was kind of a really nice fast pass plus system where you could get some nice fast passes for these shows
Hmm.
that kind of meant you didn't have to wait in the super long lines.
Sure.
Because sometimes the lines for Midday Festival of Lion King can be a lot. So I would maybe recommend maybe that one be um, it's tough because
It is tough
there
because
you can't guarantee
the day
one
you
show
go,
to be less
yeah,
crowded than
right,
another. There's
right.
no way to do it. So yes, they are good for getting out of the heat, but you might want to expect to wait a little bit to experience them. But that's okay because you're gonna make up for that time. I think we both have the idea that we're going to make up for the time we're losing waiting for these awesome shows later in the day when more people have left the park.
Yeah, it,
Yeah.
it's shocking to me, but people leave this park midday. Like I don't
Yeah,
if
it's
I were
routine.
if I were going to do this park in a half day, it would be the second half. And I get it.
Yeah,
I get what people are thinking. It closes earlier. So
right.
they're thinking they might as well go to a different park that closes later.
I'm
But
going to
you're
Epcot.
yeah, but you're if they're right, if Animal Kingdom closes at 8 and Epcot closes at 9:30 or 10, you might think that, but you're really missing out.
You are. You are.
Yeah. Did you put a lunch spot?
Oh, I did.
Or did you want to talk about the shows in any more depth?
We can talk about the shows real quick. Do you want to do Nemo and I'll do Lion King?
Well, sure.
Okay. Or the opposite?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
I was just thinking we've talked about them a little bit
Oh,
before,
you're right. We have. we
but
have.
just like
Here's
what's your favorite part about it?
That's a great question. For Festival of the Lion King, my favorite part is the blend of the different modes of storytelling to
Mhm.
accomplish um, running through the music of the Lion King. So there's aerialists and there's acrobatics and there's fire swallowers and
Yeah.
throwers and there's dancers and singers and they all come together to do an African Cirque du Soleil
Yeah.
style kind of celebration of the music of the Lion King. It's a really good time and I love that show. It's probably my favorite on Disney property. I would make it a priority.
Right. Okay. And then, I mean, I still think you giving your take on Nemo would make a lot of sense since you have more of a theater background. But Nemo's a heartwarming show.
Love it.
Yeah,
The emotions, like you say, heartwarming. The emotions are honestly what takes the lead in that show.
for real.
Because, of course, it's an emotional story
Mhm.
about family reunion and all of that.
And family just being important. Yeah.
Yes, but there's gorgeous music on this. Big Blue World is from this attraction.
Right.
Kind of one of Walt Disney World's kind of signature musical pieces in the modern day.
And a great song.
Absolutely.
I mean, I associate this song with Finding Nemo,
you
which
know
is
it's
funny.
good because it's in the Epcot ride and it's not even in the movie.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, we did that. We did that right. So we got
Yes.
to put that in the ride.
Right.
You know? It's like it's perfect. Really interesting storytelling going on. Puppetry on stage with some really intricately designed animated puppets. And the show recently got a refresh where it's been cut in length a little bit to make it more accommodating for younger audiences. And it also has been refreshed with some more modern set elements, projection, scenic design, and things like that. So it might be interesting to take. And also, I will say the AC in that theater is wonderful.
Oh my
The
gosh.
theater in the wild, if they're doing one thing right, I'm wild about their AC.
Yeah.
It is
Even
so
if you
nice in
didn't
there.
like the show, you can't deny how
Just take a
amazing it
nap.
feels in there.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. And it's a
Yeah.
really calming environment. They've got waves on the walls. It's cool. It's a little dark. It is nice.
Yes.
It is nice
It's
retreat.
calming. It's perfect for midday.
Yes, your midday Animal Kingdom oasis.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Oh yeah. Always. That's a really good descriptive term.
Oh, yes. You mentioned you were getting lunch in between these.
Mhm.
Where are you doing that?
Satuli. Did I say it
Me
right?
too. Yeah, I think so.
Satuli Canteen. So this
yes.
is putting us back in.
I know I'm going into Pandora later, but it's cool also to see it both ways in the daytime and at night.
Yes, and again, it's not. I don't think there's as much actual walking space in this park as some of the others.
No, and where are we coming from? Festival of the Lion King?
Which is right there.
Yeah, you're not far. There's a bridge from Africa right into Pandora. So it's really accessible walking.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's really Saltuli Canteen is a really good choice for lunch because one of the things I enjoy about this in terms of the variety it brings to the table is that it's got some more health conscious options as opposed to a lot of theme park food
Yes,
that
you
a lot of
don't
people
feel
are
like you
looking
need
for.
a nap afterwards, which is
No.
fantastic.
There are more indulgent options like the cheeseburger pods and stuff that might
Oh,
be
right. You're right. You're right. You're
that
right.
might be like good for your family. So like
I was
everyone
just
has
specifically
something.
thinking of the bowls.
But then they've got these like protein bowls that
Hmm.
are a great option for kind of a more like even just Chipotle kind of lunch. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. I figured you would say that again. That it does make it understandable, but then of course themed so well.
Oh yes, yes, yes. The theming in here is really next level for a quick service. I put it up there with like Docking Bay over at Hollywood Studios.
Yes.
This is in that really kind of upper echelon of themed quick service
And with the
locations.
restaurant, which is a quick serve restaurant, it has a ton of indoor seating, which
Yes,
midday, hot day, you're gonna want.
cafeteria style.
Yes, cafeteria style. It's got the restaurant has a really beautiful backstory.
Yes.
So it really checks all the boxes. And the bowls, I don't have the menu in front of me and I don't know the specifics, but I know it's basically like your base can be rice or noodles.
Yeah.
There might be something else, and then on top you can get chicken or tofu.
This is why I say it's like Chipotle. That's not
Yes,
a quality comparison. It's more
right.
of a like format
It's not
comparison.
a quality comparison at all.
No.
In my experience, this is better than Chipotle.
I also think it's a more interesting
Oh,
menu.
so
I mean, there's
interesting.
nothing wrong with, classic cuisines in any style, but I think this one for a theme park location, it provides you with a quality kind of meal that you would expect
Yes,
from the imagination of Avatar.
right. And if you like tofu even a little, their tofu's fantastic.
I didn't think I would like it, and I did.
Yeah, it's so good.
Mhm.
And then of course that's a little healthier, a little lighter, make you not feel weighed down and like you don't want to run around the park.
You've got
And
choices
then
here.
I remember the black bean sauce being really good because I remember thinking I have no idea what this is going to taste like.
Yeah.
And it was great, very tangy. It's definitely got like lime or
A
rice
lot of
vinegar or
people
something.
associate black bean with maybe like a little bit of a grit or a little bit of something like that. I didn't think that all about this.
I didn't think right, exactly. When I heard that being I'm sorry, I can't talk. When I heard
You're good.
of that being the name of the sauce, it just sounded bland to me.
Yeah.
It's not at all. I really feel like they need more descriptors.
Yeah, I think it's because it's a little bit more seasoned, or there's like some type of oils in there or
Yeah.
something that give it a very balanced but zesty kind of flavor. I don't know if I'd say zesty. It's sharper than you might imagine. It's nice. It's a good.
Yeah. I think the sourness you could also say
Yeah.
there's a little hint of sour from either lime or rice vinegar or something like that that might be called zesty.
But really nice.
And then there's that blueberry or just some sort of
dessert.
yes.
It's like cheesecake or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Or it's like it's basically that. But it's you can guarantee
It's very pretty.
whatever you're getting, you're gonna have boba balls because that's
Yeah.
like their signature thing is they put these like blue boba balls.
Yeah. And that dessert was good. It very Instagrammable.
Oh yeah, it's very pretty even just to split and take a picture of.
Yeah.
Yeah. While I'm over there, I might as well take this time to ride Navi River Journey.
Oh, look at you.
I think it's
I didn't think you'd go on Navi River on your ideal day.
I actually do enjoy the experience of going on Navi River Journey because I love any boat ride.
Yes.
I love any boat ride, and I am a fan of audio animatronics, and there's a really cool one in here. Do I think this ride checks every box a Disney ride should check? No, but I guess they don't all have to, and I can still enjoy it.
If it's my ideal day, then the wait time is almost nothing for this ride, which in real life, then I would go to it.
Right. I'm not waiting more than 30 for this.
Same.
Ever. So like
30 is pushing it.
On this day, we're having a lull on this ride, and I'll take advantage, and I'll do a little. I'll see the shaman. I'll sing the song.
The animatronic is kind of at least when it opened, it was kind of a mind blowing animatronic.
I think it's like every time I ride it. Well, when it's not the screen. You know about the screen?
No.
When it's not working, they just drop a screen of the animatronic.
No.
Yes. And that happens. A lot of people post pictures on like groups and they're like, look, I got the screen. Didn't even see. And honestly, that's one of the only things worth riding that ride for.
Yeah.
It definitely is the grand finale. So like it's like if you rode Rise of the Resistance and they kind of just
they should almost just shut it down.
Yeah, it's almost not worth it. But anyway, I guess they have to have a plan B for guest crowd flow and stuff. That must be the reasoning for keeping it
I
open.
don't know. I don't feel like disappointing people should be something that they're okay with.
You should be
But
in charge over there. They need to hear more of that for sure. But yeah, while
because that's going to happen, disappointing people is going to happen accidentally.
You're
So I don't know if being like, you know what I mean, this is an acceptable thing for us to plan on. I don't know
I
that that's
see
a
what
good
you
idea.
mean. Okay, while I'm in Pandora, I am doing that, and then I'm getting out of there because at that point I'm going to be um, not wanting to deal with crowds.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go right across the bridge to its neighbor, and I'm going to ride Dinosaur.
Yeah, we have like the same ideal day.
We should go to Animal Kingdom.
Hey,
We want to do all the same stuff.
we should go to Disney together.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a good thing we do. But we do seriously like have the exact same perfect Animal Kingdom. And I
Yes.
honestly think it's just because we know what to do.
We know
You
how it works.
Yeah. But
Yep, time to go to Dinosaur.
yeah, because
Let's go get that dino.
let's go get that dino. It's the perfect thing to wake you up. Because look, you just ate lunch and then you rode a dark boat ride.
Maybe.
Now you need to like
Yeah.
snap back into like, you know.
Yeah, you
some
need to get your
excitement.
adrenaline going.
Yeah, and this is a good ride to do that. It is a thrill ride, but it's not a roller coaster. It's got a lot of animatronics and an
Do
interesting
you think
story.
they should slap a screen over that one dinosaur that hasn't been
That never works. I think they won't spend that kind of money on Dinosaur.
I'm imagining just like a projector screen, so I
Oh.
don't know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to
that's-
look up this shaman.
That's
the
kind
shaman.
of what it is.
Oh
It's just
no!
Well, it's But anyway, the good old dinosaur ride it's on my must-do list.
Yeah, it's on my must-do list too.
Can't take it away from me.
If I'm going to Animal Kingdom, there are 3 must-dos that there's no way I'm getting out of this park without doing
Do it.
that. Oh, you want me to tell all 3 of them?
Oh,
Sure. Flight of Passage,
okay, yes.
Dinosaur,
Of course.
Everest.
Yeah, I think that's the big 3. So if I could make a poster for Animal Kingdom, all 3 of those would be around the Tree of Life, and I'd have maybe the birds from the Festival of the Lion King, spinning around in front. That's all I need
Okay.
from there. I think those are like the headliners, and I think that they are each excellent attractions in their own right.
Yes.
Top tier Disney attractions.
Yeah.
Some of my favorites. Dinosaur, like, I can't believe it makes that list because compared to some of these other rides, it seems pretty straightforward and simple. But there's just something so charming about it for me. Maybe it's because it's a capsule of its time. It's very 90s. Yeah, I would say so because, like, I don't know, seeing those 90s personalities on the screen. And going through this ride that was so a product of that time where Disney was trying to infuse more thrill into the guest experience, it just really takes me back to the 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah, I've always felt like this is one that doesn't have Disney IP, but that dinosaur that they show is Disney IP, isn't it?
So
it's from a movie I haven't seen.
Yes, this ride opened as Countdown to Extinction with the opening of the park in 1998. It didn't even make it 2 years before the film Dinosaur came out. And Disney decided that it would be a great vehicle to promote the film. So they switched the statues out front. So now we've got a statue from the movie Dinosaur out front. And then they also integrated footage from the film into the pre-show.
And I think a lot of people don't know.
No, I think
it was not a popular movie.
Dinosaur is not one of Disney's hits. It's no Beauty and the Beast, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and even some of Disney's most recognizable films started off not being popular, but then somehow gained popularity later, like Hercules.
Or Hocus Pocus.
Yes, Hocus Pocus, great example. This is neither.
This one never picked up steam.
Neither.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It just is not one of the ones that's endured. It's almost along the lines of maybe a Fantasia 2000, where, yes, it found its audience a little bit at the time, but it's not one of the classics.
Yeah,
it's just an in-betweener, you know what I mean?
Maybe there is
Atlantis
a
falls
group,
into that category.
like, of a certain age that this was big in.
Yes.
But, I mean, I don't
Treasure Planet.
Here's the thing, I don't even see merch for it outside of that one ride or one area in all of Disney. When I'm on Shop Disney, I don't see merch for it.
It's a weird
I don't
one.
see vintage merch for it even. So
Right.
so that's what makes me think it never did that well.
No, it didn't. I don't think so. It is. But the fact that it's there, I smile because it takes me back to that feeling of it's like the same as Alien Encounter. That same feeling. I mean, it's not as scary as that, but like the feeling of Tower of Terror, of Rock and Roller Coaster, of trying to get more like next level thrills into Disney.
Oh yeah.
And I can just hear the commercial and
I'm
see the
fine with it
footage,
not having IP in my brain, and I get that it technically does have IP, but I don't
Right.
need it to. You know what I
No,
mean?
you're not buying Dinosaur on
I love the pre-show.
DVD.
Yeah,
Me too.
I love the pre-show.
Me too.
I love the ride.
Wacky sense of humor. Zany.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's fun. Then you're in the, I don't know. I really like the whole thing.
Me too.
I like how it's thrilling. I like the dinosaurs.
I would do it over and over.
Yeah.
I really like it. What are you doing after Dinosaur? You got that dino.
I got that dino.
Now it's like sunset. Almost.
So sunset, I would head back to Asia.
Yeah. Good idea.
What do you know?
Good idea. I mean, for me, this is around the time that I would ideally want my flight of passage to happen, so that when
you exit,
so that when I leave, it's nighttime.
Yeah.
And lit up and beautiful. You walk into Pandora at sunset, see the mountains in the sunset, and it's gorgeous. You ride Flight of Passage, and you leave, and the bioluminescence is illuminated. All of the lights have come on, and Pandora has come alive again for the nighttime. And that's kind of my ideal way to experience the land.
Right. Yeah, for me, sunset is a perfect time to go on Everest.
Yes.
But I get totally where you're coming from. I really would be fine with either.
Well, you've already done Flight, so you don't need to do it. After I'm doing Flight, I'm also going to Asia.
Yeah.
Because this is right around the time, just later in the day, that it makes the most sense. Why is that?
What? Oh.
Why are you going to Asia?
So, Expedition Everest is a great ride, both during the day and at night, and I really like it. I really like being able to do both.
Oh.
The awesome thing about Everest is that the wait times for this ride are almost never crazy.
Yes. If it's like the busiest times at Animal Kingdom, of course, this is going to rack up an hour wait. But on your typical not crazy day, especially a weekday.
Especially at night, because people have gone to a different park.
And this is why we're going at like sunset or later.
Yes.
Because that's the time that people make this almost instinctual, ironic, herd-like exit from Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
Because they know it's about to close in a couple of hours, and they think, well, let me not waste my time.
Yeah.
I'll go to another park. I'll go to Disney Springs, whatever they want to do. It's mostly they want to go to another park.
Because something else is open later.
Right.
There's more dining options at other parks.
And especially people know, oh, it's nighttime, the crowds are thinning out, let me go to Pandora. So the later you go, if you're like really pushing it, sometimes Pandora can fill up a little bit, but that leaves Asia totally empty.
Yes.
Like it is like a ghost town when you're getting close to close.
Yes.
So that is really your ideal time to maybe. This is when I would ride Everest. I only need to ride it one time because it makes me a little sick. But if you're doing it twice, you should do it a second time.
Yeah.
Kind of closer to park close because you won't wait.
Or more.
You won't wait. You won't wait.
You won't wait. You can go on it over and over again.
Yeah.
For me, I would walk through Pandora to see the bioluminescence on my way out at close. Or right before close.
That's a good option too.
So for me, I would do Everest at sunset.
It'll
maybe again after. Then I would have dinner. Then I would potentially go on Everest again because you at the hour before close. It seems like consistently you can get on it pretty over and over
with the quickness.
And then on my way out, I would just look at the bioluminescence of Pandora.
I heard you throw dinner in there.
I did.
And where are you eating? What's your reservation?
At Yak and Yeti.
Yeah, I think this is a great option. If you don't have a reservation to go back to Animal Kingdom Lodge to do a Sanaa or
Sanaa was great.
What's the other one? Jico?
Jico. I personally didn't have a great experience, but that was years ago. So we got to try that again.
If you're not doing something like that, I think Yak and Yeti is probably one of the most well-reviewed.
It's so good.
Options at Disney World.
Yes, if you're a person that eats seafood, the ahi tuna nachos are phenomenal.
They're a hit. People really
The
like them.
the like nacho chips are made out of like wontons. There's like an Asian sauce mixed in here. It is I want to go right
There are
now.
certain things on each coast that the hardcore fans, kind of flock to. There used to be on Paradise Pier over at California Adventure, I would hear all the time about these lobster
Oh
nachos
yeah.
that people obsessed over.
Yeah.
And these, for me, this is almost our version of that for me because they're so high quality.
And
And
they are actually kind of similar. Although I like the ones here better.
well, there you go. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a rave review.
There you go. I actually have had both of those, so I
Well,
can
ding
compare.
dong. Yeah, that's. I mean, the fact that you can have such high quality dining experiences at Animal Kingdom is something I don't think a lot of people realize, but also something that makes enjoying nighttime at the park just that much more enjoyable. Is the fact
Yes.
that you've got access to some really out of the box, slightly more adventurous, but you're in good hands
Yeah.
experiences.
There are some other good options that we've heard about. I mean, I've been to Flame Tree Barbecue, which is a quick serve barbecue.
That
That's
was I almost for a second put that down as my lunch because
Yeah.
prior to Pandora's opening, I felt like if you're not going to Yak and Yeti grabbing something for Harambe, it felt like Flame Tree Barbecue was a pretty good option
Yeah.
for your lunchtime.
It was. I wish they
if
had
not
indoor
just for a
seating,
snack,
but
at
I get
least.
it.
But so this is a good thing that I would do if you're looking for
Flame Tree is also kind of expensive for a quick serve. I will throw that out there.
Right. That's why I think it actually might just be a good option if you're looking for kind of a snack, maybe toward the beginning of the day, or this could be your like in between, before dinner, after lunch, somewhere in there, snack because it is outdoor, so that kind of is a bummer. But that's why I lean toward it earlier in the day because it is covered and it sits on water and it is kind of nice. But it can be overwhelming with the heat. So it didn't make my list.
The seating for being outdoor seating is lovely because somehow you're away from the crowds. It's pretty amazing.
You're on like a wraparound.
Yeah.
Extended into the water.
Yes, you're overlooking that water where they used to do night stuff. Yes, you do feel far. The other downside for me personally is there's a lot of those giant Florida birds walking around trying to like beg for food, which I am uncomfortable with. But most people aren't as nervous about those giant birds that beg as I am.
Yeah, a lot of people are just used to them though, I think. But
I mean, I watch toddlers chase them around and I'm just like, wow, that toddler's braver than me.
You go. I wish I had your veracity, your appetite for life. Yeah, it didn't make my list, but it's a good option.
It is a good option.
If you're in a pinch, the Flame Tree will do you right.
Yeah. There are a few places that I've also want to try next time we do Animal Kingdom that have like carts.
Oh yes, Animal Kingdom. I feel
they're kind of known for this.
One of the best locations, I would say, Disney Springs, Animal Kingdom, are great places for like these kind of stands and carts and trucks that provide you with some excellent food.
And they're like themed with the different, continents that you're going.
You get ice cream from this beautiful painted ice cream truck in the Asia pavilion, like we're at Epcot land. But that's just one example of they've got the same spirit as the cheeseburger egg roll carts in front of Adventureland at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Now those are for me a little more hit and miss. I think Animal Kingdom provides that same theming fun, but with some actually good quality food.
Yeah. Well, those cheeseburger egg rolls in Magic Kingdom have like a cult following. So this was another situation where the cult following led me to have these ginormous expectations. And then I was like, really?
It's just better than chicken tenders, but like, where's your bar?
Where's
you know
the
what
bar?
I mean? The bar for you must be.
Yeah, maybe I'll try it again now that I've got low expectations and I'll love it.
We should revisit some of these staples because I don't know, for me it's been a long time since I've had one because I got one and I was like, it's fine.
Yeah.
I will say on my way out of Animal Kingdom, I am laughing because I'm not doing the bird show. I'm laughing because I'm not doing It's Tough to Be a Bug. I'm enjoying the fact that I've made good choices. I'm
Yeah.
not wet from doing Cali River Rapids.
Although if you like rapid rides and you don't mind being wet, that is a good one.
It's the good one to do.
Yeah, you just have to know you're going to be wet.
Yeah.
Be prepared.
If you're ready, if you're ready for that, if you're ready for that, then you're ready for that.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for that.
I'm not ready for that
so
either.
I'm not doing it. On my way out, though, I am stopping to take a moment to admire the Tree of Life illuminations that they're doing. Now, this is going to end soon, potentially, but probably not, because they have the capability to project.
Don't believe it. I believe they'll change what they're doing.
Yes, this is called right now Beacons of Magic.
Mhm.
It is something that happens at the icon of each of the parks in celebration of Disney World's 50th anniversary that is coming to a close probably as you're listening to this, at the end of March 31st. So when April begins, it's not the 50th anniversary anymore, and we still don't know what's becoming of these projections.
Yes, but they're not going to be like, oh, boo for you. You missed it. You know what I mean?
Maybe they'll put a Disney 100
I bet they'll do something.
Together. And guess what?
Because before the 50th, they projected stuff.
Something, yeah. That was like, it's one of those situations where it's a minute long-ish, maybe more, rotating projection thing. So it's just something you enjoy as you're walking out of the park. It's not a set showtime schedule. Although they do happen in regular increments. So every 10 minutes, every 15, or whatever it is.
Right.
But it's something I'm stopping to enjoy because I like seeing how they can creatively take the beautiful sculptural shape of the Tree of Life and then kind of animate it and bring it to life with these projections. Can be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Especially with all of the beautiful lighting that's going on in the Animal Kingdom at night. It can be kind of a nice way to kiss your Animal Kingdom evening goodnight.
Yes. I will throw in that, like, going back, since we only did between 3 and 5 rides at this park, right?
Uh-huh.
There would be some, like, time in between in the midday kind of area. Mm-hmm. Well, we did 2 shows too.
Yeah.
But anyway, I would definitely be throwing some, like, shopping in there.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I love
favorites. What are yours?
But I don't know the name.
That's okay. People know what you mean.
So up at the front, like if you're walking in and the Tree of Life is right in front of you.
Yes.
There's a shop to the right and the left, and really they're both phenomenal.
Island Mercantile and Discovery Traders.
Is that right?
I think so.
That's the one I didn't know. I knew Island Mercantile. Mm-hmm. I like both of those.
They're both great. The theming in there is good.
Even back by Lion King.
For whatever
reason. There's some shopping back there that's kind of like Lion King specific.
That's my next one. Is the Africa shops. They're a little bit by Rafiki's
There's that
Planet
sweet
Watch.
Shop back there.
Yes, there's also that sweet shop. But I like that they've got those like African themed pseudo, I don't know if they're actually handmade, but they're meant to look handmade. Like toys and instruments and what fun.
Yes.
Fun.
Even just like, window shopping or whatever.
But if they would bring back the I don't know if they're still doing it, the animation lesson, the sketch lesson that they were doing
I assumed that they were.
Planet Watch. That might be, if I'm like looking to fill a little time, I would probably do that because it's fun.
If that's something you're interested in, bear in mind that they stopped doing it in the afternoon, assuming they're still doing it.
Right.
So that would be something that needed to be morning to midday.
Yeah, but
I'm only saying that because I've been like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, and then I always forget about it until it's too late.
Yeah.
And they're like, we stopped doing it at 2.
It is one of those things, but if you're curious about the experience, it's you sitting down in this room with a Disney artist who is going to lead you on a short class in sketching. You're provided with a little bit of a template at this one, so it's not quite AP level. It's very family friendly. Everyone of all varying skill levels can participate.
Did you say not AP level?
Yeah. And they like guide you through how to easily draw a recognizable character.
Yeah.
At this one, they do specifically Animal Kingdom oriented characters like the Lion King characters.
Yeah.
Things like that. So it's a lot of fun.
I
think it's a nice,
cute.
Culturally enriching, fun experience.
That's over at Rafiki's Planet Watch, right?
Yeah, got to take the train.
Yeah. Do you love the train?
I like the train.
Yeah,
it's kind of relaxing.
Yeah.
I like it.
If you are a person that is like a annual pass holder or local, back there at Rafiki's Planet Watch, if you've got a hidden Mickey book, there are so many hidden Mickey
They went
books or
wild
hidden
over
Mickeys
there.
back there. Yeah.
It's
They
also
went
kind of
wild.
cool to go into the conservation station because they do. I mean, I wouldn't want to actually see one of these, but they have like animal kind of operation rooms in
Yeah.
there. But they've also got interesting displays of like reptiles and things. It's really kind of a cool catalog.
They teach you about, yeah, go on.
No, yeah, exactly. They teach you about like wildlife
And
stuff
conservation.
and conservation, which is kind of the impetus for that area in general. Rafiki's Planet Watch is like telling the story of how you can be involved in conservation of wildlife in your own life and the ways that they work to further conservation efforts there on campus at Animal Kingdom. So it's kind of a cool overview of the ways that Disney is doing some good in conserving some of these animals.
They just donated a lot of money, like just recently,
I
like a
got the
lot
push
extra.
notification. Did you
Yeah.
get a push
Yes.
notification?
Yeah.
I thought, well, that's great of you, but I didn't need the push
Yeah.
notification.
Yeah.
Come on, Disney, that's weird.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But it is cool to see that they are doing something with their huge amount of land.
I just was surprised because I keep hearing, oh, they're not doing that well. Oh, Disney Plus isn't doing that well. And then they're like, oh, we're going to donate millions of dollars.
Must be tough.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're really wringing their hands.
Yeah.
I will say a closing thought about Animal Kingdom here as we get toward wrap up is that I think it is often underappreciated as a complete immersive concept from beginning to end as a theme park.
Yeah.
And I don't
Even
know
by us.
I don't know that
like accidentally.
Yes, and I don't know that any other park gets that quite as right. Because guess what? Epcot is inherently disjointed in some way and always will be because half of it is World Showcase and half of it is the future. Magic Kingdom is a smattering of everything at this
So
point.
is Hollywood Studios.
And Hollywood Studios is Disney's Movieverse, where they've got like IP from everywhere.
Yeah.
Animal Kingdom is the last standing theme park that commits to its concept and executes it in every land.
You are so right. Because even Pandora, which is maybe the most disjointed of all of them, still has that conservation.
It feels like Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, that conservation, like teaching you about.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're completely right.
Except for Dinoland USA, because that is the 1 weak spot. But it's fine. It's going away soon anyway, so who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about
it kind
soon.
of fits in though.
Yeah, if you
really think about it.
So, now we've spent so much time on we did it twice in one episode actually, one time on the backstory of Dinoland USA. But of course it does fit in, just maybe not as neatly. But in general, Animal Kingdom, from its mastermind, Joe Rohde, the Disney Imagineering legend who kind of headed up the development of Animal Kingdom, the research, the development, the artistry put into the specifics of the cultural authenticity for each land and each experience that was developed for Animal Kingdom, it really stands the test of time because Animal Kingdom is timeless. Sometimes Hollywood Studios feels a little bit like the 90s and a little bit like right now. Mm-hmm. Animal Kingdom is like
it's a good point.
Frozen in time and will be relevant forever because it's a celebration of what is natural, what came before humanity.
Yeah.
So it really has this bonus endurance factor that a lot of people don't consider that mean that Animal Kingdom could become a million things because we will always have Earth and always have life and always have, that idea of cultural interaction with the world around you. So it really scores some bonus points in my book for being such a well thought out, timeless concept that we get to experience always.
Yeah, it's a really good point.
I like Animal Kingdom a lot.
I do too.
People, don't understand it.
Yeah.
And it's also really weird because so much of it is a zoo,
Yeah. There are some things that make it why it winds up on everybody's like their bottom of their list.
Yes.
There's not as many rides. There's a lot of zoo things.
It is the underdog.
Underdog, but I love it.
Yes, it's got such a unique identity.
It's also a little inconvenient.
Yeah, I wish it weren't so darn far away. That's for sure.
Which sounds probably ridiculous to people that aren't local.
Absolutely. But even those people, I'm sure, can understand that it takes you so long to get from Animal Kingdom to Epcot.
And the other 3 parks all have those extra fun transportation to get you from one to the other. And this one's like, no.
I've been saying they need
ride.
to build
20-minute car ride.
a river
or bus ride
between
Yes.
Animal Kingdom Lodge. I just would never leave that corner of Disney World, because at least it does have that right next to it. So it makes me think, oh, well, I can make a day out of that.
Yeah.
Animal Kingdom Lodge and Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
For sure.
Totally.
So even for pass holders, we've got something to do over there for sure.
Right.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for taking some time to talk about Animal Kingdom.
Yeah,
It's
that
been
was
a lot
fun.
of fun.
It was wild.
Wild. If you've enjoyed this conversation and you too are an Animal Kingdom fan, what should they do, Morgan?
Subscribe. Wait, that's on. Okay.
No,
if you're on
yeah.
YouTube, like and subscribe.
Please.
Yeah. The podcast, leave us a review.
Yeah, even if you're on Apple Podcasts, subscribe to us there. If you're on Spotify, subscribe to us there. But yes, leave us a review. We'd love to hear. What else? Come on, Morgan.
Check us out at neverlandnavigation.co, where you can find the blog and then also links to our social media. We've got TikTok and Instagram.
Yes, at NevNavco, Neverland Navco. Whoops, on both of those. See, this is why you do the talking. And on
Etsy, it's Neverland Navigation.
And on Etsy, it's Neverland Navigation. Yeah, that about covers it, doesn't it?
I think so.
I think so, yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we will see you on our next adventure. All right.